Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my gluten-free vegan donut recipe. I'm also going to show you some different toppings that you can add to the donut. So let's get started with the recipe. For the liquid part of this recipe, you'll need some water, maple syrup. I have some bananas as well that will sweeten and moisten the donuts. I'm also adding some maple syrup for just a little bit more additional sweetness. I've got 4 very ripe bananas. So you want your bananas to be speckled and brown because that will sweeten the donuts. Then blend it all together and leave it to the side while we prep the dry ingredients. For the dry ingredients, you will need some finely ground flaxseed, and the flaxseed will act as a binder just to bind everything together. So if you're buying your flaxseed from the store, make sure it's finely ground. It might be called flax meal in some places. Into a bowl, I'm just going to add some gram flour, brown rice flour, cinnamon, the flaxseed or the flax meal, and lastly some baking powder. The measurements for everything will be in the description box below, so if you'd like to make some donuts at home, do check the description box for that. And now I'm just combining everything together. So I have my liquid mixture and my flours, and I'm just going to mix that all together. This is the consistency you want to aim for. We're going to set this to the side for 5 minutes to allow the flax seeds to gel up. I'm going to bake my donuts in these silicone molds that I picked up from Amazon. I've never tried baking the donuts in a donut tin, so I'm not sure how it would work. So this is the consistency of the donut batter after 5 minutes or so. This is the perfect consistency, and what I'm going to do now is spoon the mixture into each mold. Fill each mold halfway because as the donuts bake, they will rise. And if you fill it all the way to the top, it's going to spill over. So just fill it halfway as you fill each mold. This recipe will make 18 donuts. On the tray you can see 19, but that 19th one is actually a very small one. To thicken my toppings, I'm going to be using ground flaxseed. Flaxseed is an excellent source of omegas, and it's a nice and simple way to incorporate it into your diet without having to like sprinkle it onto breakfast or all of those kind of things. And it's going to make our toppings quite healthy because it's just going to take a couple of ingredients to make these different toppings. For the first topping, I'm using the flesh of a sweet ripe mango, and I'm just going to slice this into smaller pieces and then blend it. If you're using a different type of fruit, you might need to add a little bit of water to the blender just to create a nice soft fruit pulp. If you can't get hold of fresh mangoes, I know you can buy the mango pulp from the shops in tins, so you can do that if you can't get mango, it's not mango season. This first topping is just the mango and the flax meal. The mango juice will combine with the flax meal and thicken this topping so that it's easier to dunk the donuts. If you like sweet, you might need to go in and sweeten this a little bit more with a sweetener of your choice, but because the mangoes were really ripe and sweet, I didn't need to add any sweetener to this. For this next topping, I'm using carob, also known as locust bean. Carob is a wonderful alternative to using cocoa because it's naturally caffeine free. When I first learned that carob is also called locust bean, it made me think of John the Baptist, and I thought, Maybe this is what John the Baptist was eating in the wilderness and not actual locusts. Does anyone know? You'll need to sweeten carob in the same way that you'd sweeten cocoa, so sweeten your chocolate sauce to your preference before dunking your donut into it. This is a consistency that I achieved, and do keep in mind that if you leave this mix sitting for a while, it will just thicken because of the flaxseed. But these are the baked donuts, and my kitchen was smelling so lovely from the banana, and these were incredibly soft and moist. One thing you're guaranteed with these donuts is that they're going to be soft and moist, and they will retain that softness and moisture. Leave the donuts to cool for 5 minutes and then remove them from the mold. So just pull on the sides of the mold and wiggle the center to release the donut. The key to getting a perfectly smooth, glossy glaze is to start with finely ground flax meal and sieve the flax meal as well, just to make sure there are no small pieces inside of it. And I know you can see some marks at the bottom of the donuts, but honestly these weren't burnt at all. I'm not sure why they had those marks at the bottom, but these donuts were just divine. I left the donuts on my kitchen counter for 4 to 5 hours, and I just want to show you what the topping looked like once dried fully. As you can see, it's still staying onto it and it's completely dry, and the donuts remained nice and soft, and I'm just popping them into a container now. As you can see here, they're still very soft and moist, and these will keep for maybe 2 to 3 days. I've never kept them more than 2 days because I usually finish them before, but these will keep for maybe 2 to 3 days if you can keep them that long. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, do remember to hit the like button, do remember to share. If you're not subscribed, do remember to subscribe as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.